And we back like bra straps is Voch Lombardi. We have a new addition to the Dallas Cowboy offense, Randall Cobb, formerly of Green Bay Packers wide receiver. So I'm going to show you a couple of traits of his, some of what he did well and how we can possibly use him in the Dallas Cowboy offense moving forward. Now, first, can we please have a moment of silence for Cole Beasley? I will not use this video to bash Cole Beasley. We will simply talk about what Randall Cobb does well. All right. First of all, let's take a look at this. This offensive set, it looks rather familiar to us. We do a lot of 12 personnel, 2 tight ends. We got a running back right here. But in particular, I want us to take a look at Randall Cobb up top here. He is a single receiver to the top. He can play outside and inside. I think he's going to be majority inside for us. He was majority inside for Green Bay. Slot guy. First bit of happiness is that we have another receiver that can make Josh Norman trip and fall over himself, man. I love adding a new receiver that can make Josh Norman fall all over the place. He is a nuanced route runner, this Randall Cobb. And let me just explain here, okay? He's not just going to hit us with a small little head fake. He's not just going to, I'm just going to turn this way and turn this way, right? We're going to see some nuanced moves in how Randall Cobb gets open. First, we're going to see a nasty little plant foot to the outside. He's not simply just going to run outside. We're going to get a plant foot to the outside. But why? Because we know Randall Cobb needs to occupy this part of the offense, so he needs to get back inside. So what we need is Josh Norman to turn his body to the opposite way. We need Josh turn to the sideline here, right? So Randall's going to give a hard step to the outside, and not only is he going to swing his body, give us a hard step, but he's going to break it down. See, I'm breaking down right there to add a little more quickness at the top of this route. He's going to break this thing down, and Josh Norman going to start slipping, falling. I can't get up. Life alert looking ass, right? He's going to break this thing down as Randall Cobb's doing right. He's going to break down, come back to the football, catch it. Positivity. First down, see? And a little more nuance from Randall Cobb right here. Quick clip. He's lined up back on the inside where he belongs. We're going to see this man fake this block. What you doing, Randall Cobb? What are you doing, my guy? We're going to see him fake this block just to set this line up a little bit, right? We're always talking about leverage. Wide receiver versus DBs. We're always talking about leverage. And Randall Cobb understands what way he's got to get a DB turned in order to get to where he's trying to go. Somebody that really understands this really well is Amari Damn Cooper. So you put this guy, you put Amari, you get him in the room with Michael Gallup. All this nuanced route running is just going to start rubbing off on each other, man. And we see Randall Cobb just setting this up outside. I'm going to fake block you. And we see the cornerbacks. He turns his hips a bit to the outside just to get Randall back inside quickly. Look how quickly Randall breaks back inside right there. Flash his hand to Aaron Rodgers, catch the slant. Ball game, buddy. Now, Randall had some injuries in the past year or so. Somebody tell me exactly when he got injured in the chat box. Y'all just let me know. But this is one of his big highlight plays. Why do I feel like this is important? I feel like a lot of teams are going to try to play man versus the Cowboys, right? I mean, it's going to be a lot of guys patrolling, perpetrating, and we're going to get a gang of man coverage because you got to get everybody else involved in the run game. Now, Chicago wasn't necessarily smothering the run game here, but what we did see is man coverage. Now, I want just to show y'all what Randall Cobb looks like versus man coverage. We're just gonna run this play. I ain't even gonna explain it too much. It's just gonna be a big yak fest right here, right? Gonna run this route, get a small little bump there. He's gonna catch the ball, but this is what I mean in terms of what he can do as a yak guy, right? So you got man coverage here, some man coverage going on right there somewhere, man coverage there, and your safeties are there, right? So if these cornerbacks are all over the place, then it's going to leave Randall Cobb with really one guy to beat, right? And I'm not going to call Randall Cobb this super duper speedster. He's not a Tyreek Hill kind of guy. But if he's in a situation where he has to make like one guy miss and then run, because Dallas gets a lot of those situations to where we're going to crowd this damn box so much, is really one guy versus the safety. It's ball carrier versus safety. And if it's in a situation where it's Randall Cobb, ball carrier versus safety, I feel good about Randall Cobb being on my side of that exchange. Okay, he's gonna yak it. He's gonna yak the Bears to death and come in here for a damn touchdown. How about this play, man? I just want to show the route running here. I want to show the quickness here. Take a look at Randall Cobb. He's right there, right? Now, if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, what you want is you want so much talent on the field that we're going to have to create mismatches somewhere. And if you look at the guys that are out here, if you just take a look at this formation here, there's bound to be a mismatch somewhere, right? So we got Randall Cobb up here. And this linebacker here is blitzing. I think that's who that is. I don't know what linebacker. That's Leonard Floyd, maybe, just based off that bend there. We want to get Randall Cobb in a mismatch versus one of these linebackers or these safeties, right? I think Randall Cobb ended up on this linebacker here, and that's not good because if this Dallas, Coop over here somewhere, Gallup is up there somewhere, so Randall Cobb one-on-one with your linebacker. So cool. Let's talk about how dangerous that could be. If Randall Cobb knows he's going up against one of these linebackers, he's going to quickness this linebacker to death. He's going to work his way outside and plant that foot. Fop! See how much ground he covers from that plant to getting to the other side of that linebacker once he actually clears him. That is some quickness, man. Look at that damn quickness. And a lot of people are bound to tell me, yo, Voch, we'll never see a linebacker on Randall Cobb like that. Well, damn it, our primary weapon, the heartbeat of the offense, is Ezekiel Elliott. If you can't line up in dime talking about I'm going to stop Zeke, you barely can line up in nickel talking about I'm going to stop Zeke. You got to load up with linebackers. You got to load up with safeties. And if we're in a formation that's friendly to run and you line up in a defense that's friendly to run, that features more linebackers, that features more safeties, we going to bust your ass with Randall Cobb. Just like that. Quickness. Get the ball on him quick, fast, and in a hurry. First down. Listen, man, I understand Randall Cobb ain't going to be in a lot of jump ball situations, but he will be in contested catch situations, right? I want to talk about Randall Cobb's eyes for a minute. These next two players, I want to talk about his eyes and his quick concentration, right? Randall Cobb is lined up here where he should be. And let's just take a look at Randall Cobb in this route right here, man. Let's just take a look at this exchange on the back end of this contested. Finish your fool! Look at Randall Cobb. Finish your food, man. And what's the quarterback doing? Why is he on the ground? You got to mess up your clothes. My guy, get up. You slipping, you falling, you can't get up. You need life alert on your helmet too. The hell wrong with y'all, man? Look, I doubt Randall Cobb's gonna be in many jump ball situations, man. That's not his bag. He's nuanced route runner, yak guy. He's not going to necessarily be jump ball, contested catch guy, but I just wanted to show this play to get an idea of Randall Cobb's eyes, him finding the football in the air, him getting his hands up in the air, catching the ball with his hands. All that is positive receiver talk right here. Plus, this Bears DB done messed up his clothes. He want to roll around in the grass. He want to get stains on his jersey because Randall Cobb want to be out of control. Let's get into another portion talking about Randall Cobb's his eyes. We're talking about his focus, these quick hands here. Randall is going to run a bit of a slant here, but Aaron Rodgers is going to put the ball on him so quick, so fast, right? And, sometimes Dak Prescott can run into a situation where he has to make an errant throw because, pressure up front, something like that. I don't know. Blitz may be coming. For whatever reason, we know Dak can get a ball out quickly. And sometimes those passes bounce off of receivers' hands and it ends up being an interception, right? Dak gets a lot of flack for those interceptions, but they shouldn't be bouncing off the receiver's hands anyway. I want y'all to take a look at Randall Cobb and how fast this pass gets on him, right? Randall just got his head. Look, Randall ain't even looking, and the ball's flying at him right now, right? Randall got to get a. Randall only has this much of space right there. That's the football. That's Randall Cobb. He only has that short amount to get eyes on the football and catch it. Now, I want y'all to go out in your backyard or something, put on a blindfold and turn around. A good old wild western draw. And I want whoever's 5 yards away from you to throw a damn bullet at your ass. You turn around and catch it. That's what I want you to try to do. Aaron Rodgers throwing football within 5 yards is insane. And Randall Cobb being able to catch it, track it, identify with his eyes, track it, catch it with his hands, then bring it on in. It seems like the last year Randall Cobb was with Green Bay, they didn't get too creative with him, you know. They didn't run him on as many routes as they normally did. They really threw a lot of screens at him, a lot of bubbles, a lot of short stuff, right? Let's just take a look at some of these bubbles, some of these short screens, some of these tunnel joints that Randall Cobb is going to run. It's him here. Gonna catch it. Now, what you do like about Randall is that he turns into yak guy. He's formerly a running back, and he still plays like a damn running back. So when he gets these short passes here, he can lay a little bit of wood. I'm not gonna talk about the guy that no longer plays with us but plays in Buffalo now. But former Dallas Cowboy receivers, they'll catch the ball and sometimes they'll just fall or they'll get caught from behind, right? Randall is going to catch the ball and lay a little wood. He's going to keep his feet moving, you know? Just a little toughness. When YouTube Illuminati is taking money away from your favorite content creators, and people often ask the best way to support the channel directly. I tell them that's subscribing to my Patreon. Just $1 a month would increase production and the frequency of uploads. Basically, that means more content for you. For less than a bag of almond M&Ms, you can support the channel, call dibs on requests for future videos, and you can have access to Patreon exclusive material like my throwback film sessions. That's patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. I appreciate the support. Doski Woski. Salute. We're going to get another screen. Yak there. Making one guy miss. Running over folks. And this is Randall Cobb here in motion. That's something else y'all want to see. And once again, we're going to see Randall bubble, catch the ball. We're going to see him turn the yak guy. Once again, hard to bring down. He's going to keep those feet moving. He's going to run tough. And last thing we're here to talk about, Dallas Cowboy fans in particular have been wanting this player that you can line up at running back, this guy that can be the motion guy, that can be slot receiver, you know, things like that. Well, Randall Cobb, there he is. He's lined up in the backfield, and he did a bunch of that. We're going to let this film run as I talk to y'all a little bit. He's lined up in backfield guys sometimes. They didn't do it in 2018 as much. Like I said, if he would have played all his games, he probably would have saw a little bit of that smoke. But he didn't this time around. But in 2017 or 16 or so, Randall Cobb did a lot of things from the backfield, and I know Cowboys fans want this utility weapon in which we can do a lot of these things, whether we draft them or we use Randall Cobb to do it. But there you go. That's Randall Cobb, man. This video may or may not be pretty lengthy. I don't know. After I edit it down, we'll see what happens with that. But hey, man, I had a lot to say about Randall Cobb, and I think he does very interesting things. I think he brings a lot to this football team, and I'm excited, man. I'm happy to have him. And we'll see what happens. We'll see how he incorporates himself within the offense. We'll see, you know, how the Cowboys rotate him and Tavon Austin, because they're both similar players, but they do so much different, you know, whether it be skill set or the different types of plays that they run, or just, they're just different in that way. I would love to see the Cowboys try to get both of them on the field at the same time. You know, when we go into this 10 personnel look, with just Zeke in the back and 4 receivers, no tight ends, I would love to see, you know, Cooper, Gallup, Tavon, and Randall Cobb on the field at the same time. And what we're getting from that is that we get 4 nuanced route runners. You know, Tavon's not very nuanced, but he's so quick. You know, good luck with that. He can't get separation from his routes. We get 3 nuanced route runners and some nasty ass quickness and speed. And we get guys that can get yak for us. You know what I mean? We get guys that can just take an easy pass from Dak and turn it into something special, as we've shown plenty of times here from Randall Cobb, or we showed from, you know, Tavon doing something or whatever. So also Randall can also do a little bit of kick return, punt return work. So keep your eyes open for that. All right. It's a bit late, man, but I wanted to let my other YouTube brethren get their points out. I didn't want to rush this out. I wanted to make sure I got all the details correct. I didn't want to just rush it for the sake of views or anything. I wanted to really get some quality points and come out and talk about this thing. All right. With that being said, man, VOCHLONBARDI on Twitter. Y'all can support me with the merch. The Patreon is more important than food and water. Like this video. The more likes I get, the better it is for the algorithm. We're trying to get this thing at the very top of the recommended related video section. And hey, man, y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski, the Peace Whiskey. It's free. Subscribe and hit that little bell. Peace, y'all.